happy little bunny you are. Okay, so today I am harvesting a bunny. Now, this bunny you might think is too small to harvest, but in actuality this is about full grown for this species of bunny. It might get another couple pounds over the next couple months, but unfortunately during those months that meat would also turn very tough and sore, and it would only be really good for making soup out of. So if I want to be able to fry it or anything like that, today's the day, pretty much this week, this month is the month that they have to be killed off. So I've done a lot of research, and while I'm not that great at the skinning process, which is why I'm not going to show you the skinning process, I'm going to let you find a better person who skins animals way better than I do to watch and learn from them instead of me, because I'm an amateur at skinning. But I do believe I have one of the better methods for harvesting and killing the poor animal. We've done a lot of research when looking it up, and it's the most painless way that I have found. I mean, there's no painless way to kill something, but this is definitely the least traumatizing to the animal. So now we're going to take this one over there and get her done. We'll pause here because we've got a lot of other stuff we do with them normally throughout the day, and last rites and all that. We'll if you were looking for those look back harvesting a rabbit the Manabu farm way, and I'll show you how we treat the bunny on its last day here before we kill it. This video is just going to be short about just killing the bunny, so we're going to cut here and do all those things and then get back to you.
We're rolling.
Okay, so this is where we've chosen to do it at today, not too far from the altar. The main thing you want to focus on is having your animal calm and peaceful, because stressed out meat produces adrenaline throughout the muscles, tightening them up and making it literally taste bad. So the more calmer your animal is, the better. That's why a lot of people go, well, why do you handle the bunnies every day, and why do you do this, and when you show us videos of them being so cute when they're so young? Well, because if we don't handle them every day, then they're panicked when I'm here holding them now getting ready to harvest them. And we don't want them panicked because, as I said, it makes the meat taste bad. So, the best way, one thing about bunnies you should learn right away is if you cover their eyes, they become much calmer very quickly. It's almost like they go into their cave-like state of hibernation. So, you put one hand behind the bunny, around the bunny's head, and one hand on the back of the bunny's feet here. Grab it right by the back lock. You press it up close like an accordion, and just snap the neck. And as you see, it doesn't take but 2 seconds, and it's completely passed on. Any movement you might see now would be electrical impulse is flowing through the body. The animal's already passed on completely. The neck is completely severed from the body, and it's passed on. All right, we're gonna pause here because, as I said, I am not the best skinner. There is way better skinners out there to go watch. So we'll come back to you when I'm actually cooking this meat up tonight. Okay, there's the bunny all chopped up. 2 back legs, 2 front legs, and 2 back straps. And I'm gonna probably fry these 2 back straps up for lunch, maybe, and keep the soup going of the legs and this spine here. Use that in the soup broth to give it more flavor. All right, we'll keep you updated as this goes along. Okay, I got the 2 back straps in this baggie here. I don't think you can see the meat there, but it is mixed up of that meat seasoning, which is thyme, oregano, basil, everything from the garden that I grow, along with a little bit of the spicy brown mustard, because we know we love the spicy brown mustard. So good. And then followed by a little bit of the garlic, minced garlic with its water already mixed in, so it made it liquidy and turned it into a rub that I'm going to sit there and let that soak up for a couple hours because I'm not really hungry right now. And then for dinner, I'll be frying this up with some potatoes and some other things. And tomorrow night, let me take you over here. This is the bag with the 2 legs, the back straps, or excuse me, the 4 legs and the back strap, or excuse me, the 4 legs and the spinal cord, which I'll be turning into a soup. And I'll be cooking that soup tonight so that it's ready tomorrow anytime I want throughout the day. Alrighty, I'm gonna go put this stuff in the fridge for now so that it stays fresh until tonight when I'm ready to cook it.
Alright, to the mysterious reason of why Carl needs a 2x4.
A 2x4.
So, Carl is imitating the Red Queen.
Off with her head, yes, no.
Was that a he or her, by the way?
I did not check gender because if it ends up that I do check gender and I find females, I often save them instead of eat them. Because they're really good for breeding, you know?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
So now, any 2x4. 2x4 is great. I've just happened to use this 2x4 all the time, so. And you turn the hide inside out.
Here, Carl, let's switch places, why don't we?
Oh.
Alright, go ahead.
Normally there's not this much blood, but I forgot to get back to this right away, and so it kind of sat there, and I apologize for that nasty looking picture there. But you just want to stretch this out as much as possible. This bunny's a little smaller than normal. Over this 2x4 until it's nice and tight. I'll go rinse this off, and then that's how we dry it. You can use salt if you need to, but most bunny hides are not that fatty. And all you need to do is go through with your fingers and pull all this fat off before drying it.
Now I heard that in a pinch, without salt, you could use an animal's brains. Do you know anything about that?
Okay, animal brains is for taking fur off. It's for how you tan a hide, not how you turn it into a fur. But we do use the animal brains to do that when we want that project.
And what's the difference again for anybody who doesn't know? Because
Okay,
like myself.
Like how my leather vest here is made. That's using an animal brains because it's taking the fur off the hide.
Okay.
This is, we want to leave the fur on the hide. And some people are like, oh, how this is going to get really hard, and yes, it does get a little hard. And then there's a thing called stone working or block working that I'll show you in another video of how we turn it from something that is hard, like this paper hard here, into something soft and workable like the furs that I use on my blankies. Did I just use the word blankie instead of blanket? I've been hanging out with my preschool wife teacher way too long. Okay, so you don't need to sit here watch me pull all this off. I wanted to give you the example of what I'm talking about. You just get all this, any veins or anything like that you see.
Let's go ahead and get a close-in shot of what you're talking about.
Any of this veins, any of that type of stuff, you just work that off with your fingers.
All right.
And the more of this, I know it seems painstakingly annoying, like it takes up to an hour per hide sometimes. That it seems, well, why do I have to do this if it's just going to dry it on there anyways, and then I can scrape it off? It's just way easier. The hide comes out softer if you just get it off now.
Okay.
Than later.
All right, folks. We'll see you next time.
Okay, folks. I thought I should make a point of this, and I'm not trying to complain at my brother bear, and he's not my real brother, he's just, you know, my road brother here. But he was helping me out last night with the fire, and he was doing a little cook over here in the fire pit while I was cooking over on the Roma stove. That way, he got the fire going, so he got to cook down the coals for me. And I thank him so much for that. But what is my point of this little rant here is, he used all the newspaper that I had went around the whole entire neighborhood and collected. Those old newspapers that were melting into the sidewalks and things like that from the rain, and brought back here on one fire. Like, there was a good half a newspaper, and he used it all on one fire. And I know it was sitting over here, like he only used a little bit of it to get it started, and then he just kept throwing it on there because it was there. And that's my point. That's the concept of people who aren't living out here in nature by themselves, trying to gather supplies as much as they can. It's just waste. Even that little bit of newspaper was now energy that I have to go around and gather new supplies to keep fires going and get started every day. So today I'm using a grass bundle, as you can see, because I just came out and found out that my newspaper was gone, so I'm hoping I can get this started with just nothing but a grass bundle, which I'm sure I can. But alright, we'll talk at you guys later. I'm going to do a good dinner tonight, I hope. Similar to the one I did last night, but this time with rice, with substituting the salmon for chicken that I've been marinating all day. Excuse me, rabbit that I've been marinating all day. and substituting the potatoes that I put in last night with radishes tonight. Alright, talk to you guys later. Okay, just showing you the bed that I'm laying down inside this pan here. And I started with a couple radishes, cut them, sliced them thin and placed them in there. Then a potato, sliced it and put it in there. Then I added some charred stalk. I kept the leaf itself, just the white stalk, because I wanted the thickness of it. Then I layered a layer of spinach there on top. And now I'm about to open up and put my 2 back straps that have been soaking in the sauce all day. Then I'll layer another layer of spinach. Oh, don't forget the sweet peas around the outer edge there. Then I'll layer another layer of spinach on top, and then I'll drench some of this marinade that I marinate over it all day. And again, if you missed, or if I missed putting that marinade in there, the marinade is the garlic water and garlic from the marinated garlic that was traded for, some of the spicy brown mustard that was traded for, and all the herbs in my garden, every herb that I practically grow except for dill. Alright, so that's the marinated meat there. Gosh, that looks good. Now we're gonna layer on top of that the spinach. So let's go sideways so that it protects it in there. And now we're going to get a little bit of that minced garlic with its water and just flow that over there, because I love garlic. You can never have too much garlic. Remember that, folks. Not only does the garlic taste extremely good, but it also keeps you healthy. If you just do a Google search and check out the health benefits of garlic. Okay, there's everything that's in the pan. Garlic, the marinade sauce, the rabbit backs, the spinach, radishes, potatoes, kale. Man, this is a good dinner. And now the last ingredient, which is how you cook on an open fire inside the coals like this and protect it from burning, is a cup of water. So we're going to pour that cup of water in there and turn it into this soup almost, but don't worry, all that water cooks out and it just keeps everything nice and moist. Makes everything absorb up all the flavor. Alright, let's go make sure we get all these in here and then go stick this in the coals up there. Hopefully you can see this. If you look right down at that lip there, you can see it bubbling. So I just figured I'd have some tea at the same time of cooking that up. So I added some more kindling around the teapot, set it down over there on the cold ground. I didn't put it actually any coals underneath it, so we'll see how that works. And you can see the one stone sitting on there. That's because this thing has a bit of a gap, the pan does, in its 2 faces, and I was getting smoke and fire in it, so I just put a big rock on top of it to hold it down, and it's working good. I truly think this is going to be a good meal with a good little sugary tea for kind of a dessert type thing. That's just the same tea I've been brewing every day, just this time I added new mint into it, so it's going to be even stronger. Alright folks, I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. Alright folks, there we go. Nice beautiful spinach leaf laid down as a bed with radishes, sugar snap peas, kale, rabbit soaked and marinated all day long with garlic and other herbs from the garden, covered with strawberries as a garnish on the side. That's tonight's dinner, everybody.